as my friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it.
Kamala Harris quoting Atlanta artist Quavo at her Atlanta rally last night. He was also there endorsing her, campaigning for her and speaking, as well as another chart-topping rapper, Megan Thee Stallion, performing with her dancers clad in Democratic blue. NBC's Yamiche Alcindor flagged how at that rally, you can see here the swaying, thousands were swag surfing. That's a popular swaying dance. Again, this is culture mixed with politics. It is organic. That was not organized by the campaign. The crowd spanned generations and races, noted a Slate reporter who was there, with attendees describing the rally as fun and invigorating, words that haven't been associated with the Democratic Party much lately. Now, organizing in politics can be fun. It's actually kind of a strange part of the Trump era, if you think about it, that so often the right has seemed at times more upbeat than the left, and even the younger left, which has plenty of energy but might not just be present in our politics. The right has dug into grievance. Last night's rally, though, tapped into something else, an energy inviting people into Harris's nascent campaign.
Kamala Harris in a key battleground, of course, Georgia tonight.
We'll see a performance from the rapper Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion, a huge artist who's performed with Beyonce out of Texas.
We're about to make history with the first female president.
Rapper Quavo will take the stage.
In the birthplace of the culture, it's also the same place to launch the first African-American woman to run for president.
Please give it up for Quavo.
The birthplace of culture. Culture, also the name of Quavo's group Migos' first album, and their second one, Culture 2. For the culture is something you hear a lot in Atlanta and around the whole country when we talk about celebrating what Americans have created and shared. And yes, culture can be for everyone. The idea here is that culture will help reinforce and fortify Harris's politics. This kind of campaigning is a contrast to what Trump is offering. Even when he claims to care about minority issues, like today's widely panned and controversial remarks at the Black Journalist Conference, Kamala Harris's allies note the approach is also matched by a track record. She was in Atlanta earlier this year, not to campaign, not to get a promotion, but to push gun safety laws with Quavo, who spoke movingly about his nephew and bandmate's tragic death at the hands of gun violence. That was an issue he invoked again last night. If you hear anyone saying, oh, this was just music or, quote unquote, just fun, well, no, they mixed that in too, and it was there if you were listening. A lot of people in Atlanta and around the country care about gun safety laws. Harris also hosted another Atlanta artist, Lil Baby, at the White House years back to draw attention to police brutality efforts. So there is style and substance here for those who can see it. These are stories of history and the future here for those opening to learning about all these connections. Just as other generations had Dylan and Joplin and Woodstock, well, today it's Megan, Beyonce, and Kendrick. Democrats have actually been using Kendrick's anthem, which came out this year, Not Like Us, to skew MAGA as weird. And when that song was actually played last night at the rally, many attendees were visibly pumped. You can see one here holding a Harris sign and getting down in the blue, rapping along, wop, wop, wop. I'm going to do my stuff. Now, this was captured on the PBS channel coverage, and it literally went viral, as they say, in real time. One person posting, my boy on the PBS news stream was going crazy. Another adding, you can't buy enthusiasm like this. Kamala's on a rocket to the moon. Now, that video has over 7 million views already in under a day. It's joining these other Kamala memes. Here's how one person, a heat map news writer, put it, Matthew Zeitling, quote, every day, a new John Ossoff is born. Do you see the resemblance? Well, it's up to the people to decide. This is energy times culture, amplified at the speed of today's internet, which, by the way, quickly identified the dancing, enthusiastic Harris fan you see there. Turns out he's exactly the kind that young activists want to be enthused, that Democrats are engaged with. His name is actually Parker Short. He's president already of Georgia Young Democrats, and he's been out and about working in the trenches with candidates long before his accidental star turn dancing at the Harris rally. And as Parker Short was the star of this viral day, as mentioned, that video got 7 million views already and growing. You are the president of Georgia Young Democrats, and we saw the dance moves at the rally last night. Thanks for coming on the beat tonight.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's always an honor to get to talk about how important this election is and how we need to organize the youth, and everything is at stake this year.
Yeah, well, a lot of people I think watching are interested in what young people are thinking. You've been very involved. We've got the photos of you with some of the other officials as well as last night. Before we get into everything serious, let's just start with you're enjoying the rally. You clearly like that Kendrick song. When did you then start finding out that you went viral? Because this wasn't like you making your own video. This is like other people put this out.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because it was the PBS NewsHour stream, and I watch NewsHour pretty regularly. So everyone was texting me, Parker. But, I'm actually lucky to be a DNC delegate for Kamala Harris, and I'm so excited to vote for her. And our group chats were blowing up of all the Georgia Dems, and a couple of my friends were on the other side, and they're they just kept smiling at me. But the truth is, I had the energy, and I'm excited, and young people have the energy because we're excited to win this election.
Yeah,
and we're going to win.
So take us again further into the vibe at the rally. This energy, what people are watching, what's happening out there? We've got the surf swag as well, because it seems to be diverse, young and old, different groups, different identities. Mm-hmm. One thing we were talking about last night, Brittany Cooper, a guest here, made the point. Everyone's invited. This is for everyone. Someone who says, I don't know that exact song, or I don't know that move. The vibe seems to be, well, come on in and try it out. Not that it's some inside thing you're not welcome to. Did it feel like that last night?
Well, you know what? That's what the Democratic Party is. We're a big tent, and we're here to let people in and lift people up. I got involved in Democratic politics because I lost my dad as a little kid. I saw the impact that Democratic politics can have for people. I was on Social Security. His labor union, helped save my family from hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical debt. Brian Kemp refuses to expand Medicaid in Georgia, and when he changed Medicaid standards, I lost my health care. So this is very real for me. And everybody in that room, everybody in this movement knows that we're in it together. And we're in it together to win because there's so much at stake, no matter what music you like or what dance moves we all want our kids to have a better future. And that's why I'm here. And I will say, before I started singing Not Like Us, I had the same energy for Brick House and some Ludacris songs. I was enjoying myself all night. The energy was electric because we're excited.
Parker, as you may know, Ludacris was all about grassroots organizing. The album Word of Mouth, right, is how you get the word out.